I remember thinking when I uploaded my first video to YouTube, like if this gets 30 views, I'll be so happy. I was like, that's so many people. And it went pretty, like, I guess viral-ish for the time. Like I think it got to like 30,000 quite quickly
Hmm.
within like a week or something.
Wow.
Which, at the time was like, especially because I didn't have any subscribers or anything, I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. So I just kind of kept doing it. And it's embarrassing to look back on those videos now because now I look back and they're like recorded literally on like a potato. It's
Right.
awful, it's so bad. But it's interesting. Like I think it's cool that like I feel like throughout my channel you can see my progress, which is
Right.
kind of was the main reason I did it, if you know what I mean, was a video diary for me so I could track my progress.
Right.
So I think, and it was, yeah, it definitely was initially a pretty positive response. I think a big moment for me was when I released my Delusions music video, which was the first like original song or anything I'd really written and released, and that did really well. It sort of got to 1 million views relatively quickly, and that was just so crazy for me. And I actually, because it was original, and
Right.
I just signed up to be part of the creator fund. I was like, oh my God, I actually made like I think I made like 800 quid or something, and I was like, oh, I'm rich. I am a rich, famous musician. And but that's when I was kind of like, wow, this actually is a kind of route that can, you know, you can build a career on.
How how did you end up touring with Machine Gun Kelly?
So I don't know. It's a bigger question to you as it is to me. Um, it was honestly so random. It's such a funny story. Like I was looking for vocalists to be on my album, and we had this pop punk song, so I was just messaging people randomly, and I was thinking, oh, I'll message Kels, but then I was like, oh no, he's probably too big. So I just sent him a message being like, if you ever need a guitarist, hit me up. Just because I was messaging like everyone. And then literally like 2 years later, obviously I didn't see it. 2 years later, I just get a message saying, how serendipitous. And I was like, and I Googled what serendipitous meant. And it means like, oh, what a coincidence. And he was like, I am looking for a guitarist, and like I've just seen your videos. Basically, like his the drummer Rook's dad like followed me and like sent some videos, and I'd covered one of his songs on TikTok. I think I'm okay. I covered on TikTok, so I think like he kind of seen bits and pieces of that. And he's a big old school rock fan as well, so he knew a lot of the covers that I'd done. And he it was honestly it was such a it happened so quickly within the space of like 2 months. I because I didn't really audition. I just sent over a bunch of like kind of videos of me playing live in previous bands and stuff, just so they could make sure like I could play live as well, and I had some sort of stage presence. And then we had to then they took a bit of a chance because they had to, invest in getting me a visa and stuff. Like it was a big chance for them because I'd never played, in a band that big before. So I'm so grateful they kind of believed in me and gave me that opportunity. I think that's really, really cool for a big band to do that. And yeah, then getting an American visa within 2 months was like the hardest thing I've ever done in my life as well. I was outside the embassy at 9 a.m. in the morning of my flight of like our first rehearsal, like banging on the door of the UK embassy, like, I need my passport, I've got a flight in 5 minutes. It was like the most stressful, chaotic few months of my life. Like from when I got the DM, I was out like 2.5 months later. It
Wow.
was it was honestly a crazy experience, but I'm glad it was kind of that quick because it meant I didn't have time to think about it and
Right.
get too much anxiety over it. I was like, I just got to do it, learn all of these songs really quickly. It was crazy, but it was incredible.